Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. In this video tutorial, I'm going to explain you how to create variables in x86 assembly language. So the format which we are going to follow is this one. First of all, we will say what is the variable name. So it can be any name which you want to use for your variable. Then you have to mention the data type and the value, whatever the value you assign to that variable. So data type, these are the data type which we have covered in the last video. Byte, S byte, which means for sign byte, word, sign word, double word, and sign double word. And they are respectively 1 byte, 2 byte, and 4 byte, or in terms of bits, 8, 16, and 32 bits. So whatever the data type you choose, you use this format to create the variable. Let's say I'm going to create a variable num. It is the name of the variable, then data type, let's say byte is the data type, and I'm going to say 5. So that's it. This is how you create a variable. So now this variable name is num and its type is byte and it is 5. Its value is 5. That means in memory, a size of byte is consumed or associated with the num, and the value 5 is stored in that specific memory. Let's take one more example. Let's say I'm going to write num 1. Num1 is another name of the variable byte minus 4. Do you think it is a valid? No, it's not valid. And why it's not valid? Because we are assigning some negative value to a byte. And we know that for negative value, we must use sign byte data type. That means if you want to use some negative or positive values both, then you should use S byte, okay, or the sign byte. But if you are interested to just use an unsigned number, then byte should be used. So if I want to write it correctly, that should be num1 s byte minus 4. So what do you think? It's correct or wrong now? This is correct. Similarly, you can use any data type. Usually in x86 assembly, most of the registers are 32 bits. So that is why most commonly you will see uh, D word or sign double word. D means double word, or sign double word if you want to play with integers. Let's say variable name is sum and the type is and data type is D word and its value is, let's say, 0. So this is a correct statement. Similarly, if you wanna write, let's say variable name is a D word and its value is minus 5. So do you think it is correct? No, it's not correct because D word is not a data type which is suitable for signed numbers. And here we are assigning minus 5. So that is why the correct should be what? A is a variable name, st word is signed double word, is the data type, and minus 5 its value. Now it will be correct. Okay, one thing more I want to explain in this video. Let's say I'm gonna create some ASCII character or some alphabet. So what data type should I use? Remember, ASCII characters are of 8-bit, so byte is the most suitable data type. So let's say uh, letter is the name of the variable, byte is the type of the data, and A. So this is going to be correct. Okay, what if I am interested to declare a string? So string means some message like hello world, which is very famous in many programming language. Mostly very basic program one learn is about to print hello world. So how to define a hello world? The pattern will be same. First of all, we will write the name of the variable. Let's say message is the name of the variable. Byte. Why byte? Because hello world is a string and it is And a string is nothing but an array of character. That means HELLOWORLD are individually simply alphabets or ASCII equivalent. So that is why they will be saved in byte-wise locations in the memory in the consecutive location. And one extra thing that you will be doing here, use a terminator, which is nothing but a simply zero. So this is the right definition of uh, string type variables. So message is the name of the variable. Byte is data type of the variable. Hello world is a string which will be saved. It means each letter of this string will be saved in memory in a byte-wise location. So H will be stored in first 8 bits, E will be stored in next 8 bits, and so on. And at the end of the string, 0 will be placed. 0 indicates that your message is terminated. Okay, one more important aspect of variables. Sometimes we need to declare the variable, but we do not initialize them, or we do not put their values, because later on in the program, maybe some after some processing, those values will be stored into the variable. So how to do it in assembly language? It's quite simple, okay? What you need to do, let's say I'm defining a variable num1 and it is D word type, and I don't want to put any value here because I don't have right now any value. So I will simply put a question mark. It means it is just an initializer which indicates that num1 is a variable name which is of D word data type, which means 32 bits are associated now with this variable, but nothing is stored because user has not defined any value over here. Similarly, you can define another variable, let's say message, and it is this time byte type, okay? And we just declared it as question mark. So message is the name of the variable. It can store 8-bit because its type is byte. And since we haven't put anything, so that means those 8 bits will remain empty. And later on, during the execution of the code, maybe certain value will be stored in the variable message. So I hope you have understand how to create variables in x86 assembly. Still, if you have any query, you can post your queries in comment section. Thank you so much for listening.